Here's a look at the E-mini S&P for Friday, May 29th, 2009 through the eyes of eMiniDayTrader.com. And this is just a short video, usually 4 or 5 minutes long, uh, and as compared to the members video, which is usually about 15 or 20 minutes long with more detail, more charts, but we can take a look at what happened today. We were saying that the market should have some follow through higher, although we were under the we were looking at right in here at 1050 as a likely resistance area, and I believe I said yesterday that if the market could hold above that, it could have a nice vertical move higher, and that we were in the throes of if the market could get down to about 897, and that was the support area. If it could get and hold below there, then it would likely have a good vertical move that way. And so the horizontal development really did finish, but not until very, very late in the day, and then we had our move much higher. So it wasn't surprising. We were leaning higher, although we did not have an exact preference that it would go higher after yesterday. But once the market had traded overnight, created a new high, and then was building value in a higher area today, that sort of solidified that belief that the market would more likely go up than down, and that we knew that the horizontal was near end, and that we could have a good vertical move higher, and we did get that late in the day. As far as the individual profiles go, you can see here that we've been going sideways here, and now we've tested up above the high from last week, and actually have reached very late today the high from about 4 weeks ago. So it's likely to hold in here between around 28 and 10 for the early part of next week, and so this area right in here is likely to be a somewhat of a containment area going into next week. When we take a look at our individual trades today, you can see how quiet the market really was. We had a 10-point range for most of the day up until just the very end. So we only had one trade today, and that was a long trade when the market came in here, and we were able to capture this move here. It did move just shy of one tick shy of 4 points. It moved, it moved 3.5 points in our favor, and so that worked out very well. We just got nicked here on salvaging 1 point on the final partial right here, which is kind of a shame, because if not for that, we would have still been on board and been able to participate in the rest of that up move. We had one other trade that was sort of a borderline trade. We, according to our system, it was not a trade. That's why I say we only had one. But there was another borderline trade for along here, and once we're into that, however, this trade only went in our favor a point and then against us a point, so it was a break-even trade at any rate. But save for one tick here where we got stopped out, we actually would have held that final partial all the way through. Now that's according to our system, but the traders who have been with us for a little bit longer would have realized that today's development was in the upper portion and would more likely rally than fall, and that we knew that we had the potential to get into a good vertical auction after this horizontal development had taken place. So those that were a little bit more lenient on the trade, perhaps putting in a break-even stop instead of just salvaging 1 point, would have realized that and been able to stay with that trade as it moved up higher all the way through. There would really be no reason to sell it. As you can see, the lows were just higher and higher all the way up here. It really would have held that right through the close. So that was a long down here at 905. So our long was at 905. You can see the market closed here around 21 and change. So a nice move there. So that'll be it for a quick look at the market for Friday, the 29th of May. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.